Canada has produced some of the most unique and underrated guitar players in the world. Everything from jazz innovators to blues legends to arena rockers. Today I've got 10 of Canada's greatest guitarists, so get ready to discover or rediscover some amazing talent. And for those of you who are not necessarily fans of Rush or Alex Lifeson, rest assured Alex is not on this list today. One of Canada's most respected jazz guitarists, Ed Bickert was known for his silky chord voicings and elegant melodic phrasing. Unlike most jazz players, Ed used a Telecaster, which gave him a warm yet clear tone that set him apart. I always think of guys like Ted Green and Mike Stern when I think of jazz guys that use Telecasters. He played alongside legends such as Paul Desmond, and his harmonic vocabulary still inspires jazz guitarists today. And while Ed was redefining jazz, our next guitarist was keeping the raw spirit of the Delta blues alive on Canadian soil. A cornerstone of the Canadian blues scene, Big Dave McLean carried on the traditions of Muddy Waters and the Mississippi Delta. But he wasn't just a performer, he was also a mentor to up-and-coming younger guitarists, such as Colin James, helping to ensure that the blues traditions stay alive. With multiple Maple Blues Awards under his belt, Big Dave McLean is one of the true keepers of the flame. But from smoky blues clubs, we now jump into the world of blistering thrash metal. Jeff Waters, the founder of Annihilator, is one of thrash metal's most technically gifted players. His precision picking and razor-sharp riffs powered classics like Alice in Hell, which earned him worldwide respect among metal fans. Beyond his own band Annihilator, Jeff is also a producer, leaving a massive impact on Canadian and global metal. Of course, Canadian guitar isn't just about speed and aggression. Sometimes it's about writing riffs so catchy they dominated 80s rock radio. Paul Dean of Loverboy served up some of the most recognizable riffs of the early 80s. Songs like Working for the Weekend and Turn Me Loose made Loverboy a household name. His playing was the perfect balance of hard rock grit and pop accessibility, which helped the band fill arenas across North America. And while Loverboy was owning the airwaves, another Canadian guitarist was carving out a career that blended blues, rock, and soul like no one else. Colin James has been a blues rock powerhouse for decades. Bursting onto the scene in the late 80s with Voodoo Thing, he showed he could shred with the best, but always with soul and restraint. He's won multiple Juno Awards, moved between blues rock and even swing revival type projects, and has influenced countless Canadian players along the way. Now there's the bottom half of our list. The top 5? These are the legends who shaped entire genres and inspired generations of players. Gordie Johnson of Big Sugar brought a sound that was heavy, bluesy, and completely unique. He crafted massive riffs that fused hard rock power with reggae rhythms. Big Sugar shows became legendary for their hypnotic energy that would peel the paint off of walls. His playing is as heavy as it is inventive. And while Gordie cranked up the amps with massive riffs, our next guitarist kept things simple, rootsy, and soulful, shaping some of the most enduring songs in rock history. Robbie Robertson, the guitarist for the band, was the master of rootsy, soulful playing. He co-wrote classics like The Weight and Up on Cripple Creek, always putting melody above flash. His guitar work with Bob Dylan during the controversial Electric years helped redefine rock music. Robertson's underrated tone and phrasing made him one of the most important song-driven guitarists in history. And while Robbie gave us songs steeped in Americana, we now move on to one of the most mind-bending jazz guitarists ever, a player whose genius still leaves people in awe. Lenny Breau was nothing short of a guitar genius. He fused jazz, country, classical, and flamenco into a completely new style. Known for his extraordinary use of harmonics, Breau often performed on a 7-string guitar long before 7 strings were common. His solo guitar work sounded like 2 or 3 guitars all playing at once. Chet Atkins once called him the greatest guitar player who ever lived. Sadly, his career was cut short, but his influence continues to inspire players today. We now move on to a rock virtuoso who took Canadian guitar into the melodic hard rock era of the 90s. Pete Lesperance of Harem Scarum is one of Canada's most melodic rock virtuosos. His style blends technical shredding with unforgettable hooks, giving his solos both flash and singability. Beyond Harem Scarum, he's been a respected session player and producer, showing his versatility across many projects. Pete proved that Canadian guitarists can go toe-to-toe with shredders from any other country. And for our last guitar player today, this particular person had a raw sound that inspired an entire generation of grunge and alternative players. Neil Young, often called the godfather of grunge, is as influential with his guitar work as he is with his songwriting. His raw, unpolished tone on songs like Cinnamon Girl and Like a Hurricane became the blueprint for alternative rock decades later. What Neil lacked in technical polish, he made up for with raw emotion. Every guitar solo that Neil played sounds like it was ripped straight from the heart. Bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam have openly credited him as a major influence, proving that feel can be far more important than flash. Neil isn't just a Canadian icon, he's a global icon. Now there was my first list of 10 of the greatest Canadian guitar players. If you want to explore more about these guys, I've got links in the description down below with performances by all of them. But this isn't the whole story. Be on the lookout for a follow-up video coming soon that's got another 10 of the greatest Canadian guitarists. Let me know who you think the greatest Canadian guitarist of all time is. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, keep rocking on.